Syndicate has always been in my top 3 factions along with Qcento and Skellige, but I think over the last couple months, it's definitely moved up, and it might actually have taken the top spot. We've done a lot of bangers. We played Passiflora, we've done Tatterwing, we've done Bounty, we've done Portal Bounty, we've done Akarancha Poison, Golden Necker Poison, and then this just seals the deal for me. I like playing Syndicate because the card pool is the largest. It has so many unexplored synergies and a lot of forgotten cards. And today we're going to be focusing on the Forgotten Bros. And what I'm referring to is Ewald Bersodi and Horse Bersodi. These two cards used to be really busted back in the day, but in modern Gwent they don't see much play. Just to give you a recap of what Ewald did, he used to do exactly what Freak Show does now, and I believe he was a 7. Might have been an 8, but back then, even if he was an 8, it was still very, very overtuned. So I like to play him just for the throwback of all the times where I board wiped with him. So that's pretty much it. Let's go through the deck here. It's a poison mid-range hybrid that puts out a lot of points and has a decent amount of control, and I'm very happy with the way that this is going. I played this on stream yesterday, and I ended up reverting Moral back to Novigradian Justice and taking out Dorregaray and putting a Xavier, which I actually find is doing better in the meta right now. So we'll go through the list. I have Pirate's Cove leader ability, order spawn a Sea Jackal on an allied row with 2 charges, and we get 16 provisions added to our leader ability, which allows us to greed out the provisions for Golden Necker. So it's really the difference of being able to put these and not being able to put these in the deck. So this is nice that we have spenders, so we could focus on having profit cards in the deck, which we do a lot of with the Fisstechs. So they profit 4, they can poison a unit, typically an opponent's unit, and then stolen mutagens. What's nice about this is it's often an underestimated, underrated card, because you're thinking, okay, well, I just choose 1 mutagen. No, you don't. If you control at least 2 Salamander units, also choose an additional mutagen. So what you can do here is you always choose the blue, poison an ally unit and gain 5 coins. And then depending on the board state, if you need to keep something safe, then you can take green. If you need to damage something on their side of the board, you take red. And I like that we have poison for tall removal, but I like that we have these mutagens for dishing damage on our opponent's side of the playing field too, right? We could take out engines with that. So really cool stuff there. And then we could focus the coins that we have on essentially spending on the Jackals. And with these here, for fee of 2, boost self by 2, but if we're hoarding 7, so 7 or more coins in the bank, boost self by 3 instead. So I like to play this in such a way that we're getting 7 coins when we click the Jackal, and if we're at 5 or less, we just either wait or we try to generate a bit more, and then we click the Jackal again. And I typically like to hold this leader for as long as I can, but I don't mind maybe committing 1 Jackal to 1 round, 1 to the later round, but if we go into round 3 with both of them, we're not really complaining in case they punish one of them and we have some more coins. The ratio of spenders to profit cards in this deck is really good, because a lot of the spenders that I have also have profit. And what I mean by that is we look at Tunnel Drill. Profit 2, fee 2, damage an enemy unit by 3, cooldown 1. So we're getting 3 damage for only 2 coin, which is trading up, but whenever we play a crime, reduce the cooldown by 1, so that includes stolen mutagens, it includes the Fisstech, and it includes the Novigradian Justice. So that's like a really good spender that also gets profit, along with Gellert as well. This card can win a round by itself, almost. It has immunity, so it can't be manually targeted, so we have Adrenaline 6 or less cards in hand. And fee 1, poison an allied unit and boost it by 2. This is what I'm talking about mid-range. It's got a bit of everything. Just good value spenders. So a good target for Gellert would be the mutant, because when this is poison, spawn a base copy of self on this row. Counter 1 means we could do it once per turn, or just once per mutant, essentially. You can't do the same one and get 2. But we could do it here, it'll spawn the other one, and then I can maybe put something else to poison the second one and get a third one, which I don't recommend doing because you'll fill up quicker than you'd like to. Just do the 1 per turn, and you'll be alright with it that way. So, unless it's like a short round 3, end of the round kind of thing, you can just play this and get a bunch of points off it. So we have that spender. This is not really the most efficient spender, having Horse Bersodi. I just play him to get the 3 coins, and then we just have Vitality to keep things out of removal range, which is essentially what it is. The Vitality is nice on Nathaniel Pistodi. One of the reasons why I decided to pivot and include him as well, because he can get a lot of value. Every single time we boost him by 1, just 1, he's going to be dishing 2 bleeding on the opponent's side of the playing field. So he's not necessarily a spender, but he's getting value from the spenders, which makes this 1-point spender into now a 3-point spender when put onto Pistodi. So just by giving him Vitality. In addition to that, we have the Coerced Blacksmiths, boost an allied unit by 1. Again, these are profit 2, so it's another card that's getting profit that can also spend, which is awesome, right? And so every boost we give here, again, is trading for 2 more, assuming we're hitting different units every single time, right? If you're hitting the same unit, you're going to stack a lot of bleeding on 1 unit, and you better hope it's a long round. But generally speaking, I've been seeing a lot of Swarm right now, Witchers going around, just Renfrey decks going around, so just a lot of units on the board, and he seems to be getting some value, and he often seeks removal, so things like Roland that I'll get to can stick for later, which is amazing, right? So this play is definitely underrated. That can win a round by itself if you just have Furco into Novigradian Justice to play a door for Crown Splitter from the deck. It pulls out this one here. Coerced Blacksmith comes down. You put down Pistodi. You start boosting Pistodi like crazy. Pistodi cleans up their side of the board, and you can just imagine how crazy that is. Then you can bleed in with this into like this, for example, and do that whole strat, or you can reverse it depending on the board state. The objective is to either just get out one of these or get out one of these early as well. So you either play the Ewald if you got him, or you play the Horst if you got him. So the following round, as long as it's in our graveyard, then the other one will take its better effect. So having damage by 4 on deploy is crazy. So it's coming down as a 9 for 7, and then it's a spender. So giving bleeding is going to be able to help us complete kills and wide swarm punish, assuming we've already spent, let's say, Pistodi, and we don't really have any spenders out, or they just keep hard targeting our spenders. This is just another one that we can have. This into a round 3 is not bad, though. 6 coin is pretty good, right? So no complaints there. And under some circumstances, you could play them both in the same round if they kill one of them first, but them reading the text, they're probably not going to kill this card because they don't want you to get more value from the other one. So that's pretty much why I say split them up by the round. Now, we have a lot of poison going around, as I spoke about, right, with the Fisstech, with the Mutants, with the Gellert, etc. It really plays into the synergy of Roland. This is one of those cards that if it doesn't get removed, you probably win the game, just because I can't really think of many decks, and you'll see a lot of high output decks in our matchups today that cannot put out more points and control simultaneously to deal with this. So this can get locked. I do have a Purify on the band, and we can just keep purifying the damn thing if it keeps getting locked. But whenever a unit gains poison, gain 2 coins. So that includes self-poison, and includes giving them poison. So if I have this on the board, and I take this to poison one of these, that's 2. Then if I play a Fisstech from hand, he's gained 4 coins in that one turn. It's essentially like playing a special card every single turn. And for the Golden Necker turn, when you take Salamander Hideout, you're basically taking Failed Experiment, which is going to give itself poison. That's 2 free coin. Then you spend the fee to give the opponent poison. That's 4. And then if I have Gellert on the board, that into whatever is now 6 coins on the same turn. And if we have the Salamander Hideout's order, so if we played it the former turn, whatever, then we're able to go and basically move that. You see what I mean? Move a poison from one of our allies onto theirs, and it's like 8 coins worth of profit in one turn, which we could just pump all that into the Jackals. So really, really cool stuff there. Again, talked about how we have a Purify on demand that also profits too. So we guaranteed 1 Purify for, I would say, free essentially, because it comes with the card. And Hound's got a buff in this patch that used to be 5 power, now they're 6 power. So all the better reason to play them, right? So everything in this deck right now feels like it comes together. And I also like that Roach is in the deck. So if I do start around 1, I can put down Gellert. on deploy, it's going to summon Roach, so we have the same turn Gellert, and this is going to help us compete with a lot of decks that just keep slamming points from the get-go, and they have Erendite. Like, the Shoop matchup could be a good one here because they have Reckless Flurry for Skellige, and now we have 2 units on the board. They're boosted, so they can't snipe Gellert off the leader charges. If they try to take Shoop C's, they might hit the Roach, you know what I mean? So just having something like that really helps out right away. It plays around pred dives if you don't click, you know what I mean? There's a lot of reasons to want to have that combo. So there's that, and then it's a Golden Necker deck. So with this one here, if your starting deck does not have cards with a provision of 10 or more, play the top unit, special, and artifact from your deck. Keep in mind that it will always not include Golden Necker and Siri. They're immune to that effect. So basically, we're going to be able to play the top unit, special, and artifact from the deck, ensuring same turn poisons. Make sure you spend your coins before you do this, because you're probably going to get a lot of profit from these. And if you don't have Candle in your hand, you're probably going to pull Candle, because that's how it goes, and you're probably going to pull a unit that makes profit. So you're likely to over profit 2 points, even if you spend down full bank. So don't feel bad about that. It's just how it goes with this one. But make sure you spend, because if you don't spend, it's detrimental. You'll probably lose based on that alone. So that's one thing to consider. Another thing you don't want to do is, if you don't have a Crown Splitter on the board and Novigradian Justice is in deck, make sure you put a Crown Splitter on the board before you play Golden Necker. Otherwise, you could have a dead Justice that does not go for a thin. So you can set that up. Furcoat sets that up, right? Having a Crown Splitter on the board, having Tunnel Drill on the board. You can play one of these on the board if you have one. I typically put these back in decks so we don't brick them off the Justice pull, and it's pretty straightforward. So you play a Bronze Door for Crown Splitter unit from your deck. If you already control a Door for Crown Splitter, also get a Cleaver's Muscle. So you want the 6 free points. They come with the card. It makes no sense to me not to have that. Why is this card not premium? It will be, but it makes no sense not to have that in the deck for something like this. So pretty straightforward. I have a few games against what I would consider top meta decks right now. I took my time, we played it well, and this is how the deck actually performs. It's really cool to see some cards that don't see a lot of play make a big statement in a deck, and I look forward to doing more of that. If you guys are new around here, don't forget to sub on the channel for daily uploads, and I'll be streaming shortly. Actually today, I'm just having a little bit later of a start to the day, but I will be on within the hour. First up here we have Skellige. It's going to be Battle Trance. So we can put back Roach because he's going to thin out when we play a gold card. So he goes... I have both of the blacksmiths in hand. We have to put one back for sure. I do have 2 Salamandras, so this is not terrible, but we don't necessarily want to play Roland either. I think he goes back for now. What I'm thinking we do is play the Horst early and take the Ewald later, because 4 damage takes out a bonded unit, right? I wonder if they can deal for 6. If they have Giga or a Lock, then I'm in trouble. Otherwise, it's not bad, right? We have lots of coin too, so the first couple engines they play we can remove. Unless they point slam, then it doesn't really matter. I wonder, instead of taking Xavier, if I just wait a bit longer, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of things that I want to get rid of. I need them to put maybe a Freya's in there, you know, an Oniro in there, that type of stuff. Ale comes down, this comes out. Pretty straightforward. Do I just poison then Xavier? I'd at least like to get rid of Crow Mother, right? Let's get some coins together. Boost that up and trade to Giga if they have it. They don't have it. Maybe later. Because I want to keep Roland alive. And I know that I need his reach later. They could have Grimaced, so it's probably not safe to float Ciri. And it's just the one card in the grave. I also need to get rid of the crows, right? It's sort of a tough round. Because I need to play this in round 2. What I can do is just spend a little bit here. Take Ciri. We're going to round down anyways. So we'll just put 1 vitality. I did not click 2. You saw that, right?
Trust equally in heart and mind.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about leaving here. So I have 4 different targets now. More than that. We've got 5 good targets here for Xavier. So Furco into Justice is going to work. And everything looks really good. Okay, they're going for it. Alright then, bet.
One who is blind can yet see.
At the very least, let's get rid of a couple things here. That's gonna be for the... Okay. Jeez, okay. I gotta get rid of one of these now. And then we could focus on, like, the Otko play after. Let's put him down. Let's get this going. So gotta get rid of Freya's Blessing next, right? Keep this out of reach for removal. It might have to be Golden Necker soon here.
Oh, now I have a craving for mum's stew.
Can't hit the 2s. There you go. So we go to 6. I want to get rid of the crow so they can't go as wide if they play another one of these. Justice here is not terrible, but Justice could be a good round 3 winner. Let's take one of these for now. This is insane. So I'm gonna have to triple click. The game froze. Hello? There we go. That was random. Let's get rid of everything we can. 3, 6. They fill up off 9. Honestly, I'm gonna take this first, just because it has more potential to brick in round 3. Also, the fact that I can get the 7 back, I get more trade-up value on this here is really good. You just keep it like that for now.
Travel makes one modest. Let's one see the bigger picture.
So I'm gonna profit a lot. Potentially 8, potentially 10 if I take Golden Necker here, so we have to spend it down to nothing. I guess it makes more sense for me to go wide. Let's play around a random ass Igni. We'll do this here. So it went the total profit route, didn't it? I guess I'm rich for round 3, but I do over profit 3 here. It keeps me ahead, honestly, is fine. I'm not going to spend anything. They pretty much blew everything they're worth and they didn't actually win, so the fact that I've got full bank, leader charge, good carryover, we've got a lot going for us here. Yeah, this is really good. It really could only be much better if we did this. I think one of these can go. That's a bit better. This is probably a good opener. So now we can decide if we want to choose 1 or 2. It's hard to say, honestly, man. That's an easy removal. The Forgotten Brother actually comes back and makes a difference, just so you know. Look at this. Insane. I'm going to keep my coins for now. I think what I'm going to do, actually, is just pivot to removing something instead of going for this play. Because I'll pull this, and then I'll just use this, and that's my 4. And then I'll make the money back, and I'll crazy boost here.
Mordred Freyr is patient, but She brooks no insult.
That seems to be the move, right? Or I just save the money, even. I just do one of these. I think that's actually worth it. So they've only got one Freya's, right? So we did brick this play. Which is not nearly as crazy as it could have been. So now that we have the final versions down, we can actually just go take this now. Come on, put it on everything. There you go. Hey, that's a good lock. I'm surprised it took so long, but... So, damage 4 is probably the move. And then poison 5. We don't have another way to spend that's, like, super productive, so... I think this is okay like that. And then we'll just candle the rest.
God's protect.
Yeah, this is over. Okay, we have Skellige, Reckless Flurry coming up here next. So we got crows. I don't think it's witchers. I honestly think it's going to be the shoop stuff instead. Having these two is really good. I think we can afford to play them early because I don't think they're going to stick for later. For now, we could put back maybe... It's honestly hard to say. I might be able to get the Justice Thin in round 1 because I have my Crown Splitters, but let's put this back for now. A little bit more coin gen's good. I'm going to try... That's so bad. Whatever, we could save them for later. I'm going to try to get my Justice Thin without having to actually... Okay, so they are Witchers. Well, I don't have to worry about a shoop then. My best entry point is probably Gellert. But if I boost this... It dies on the second turn, so I need to have a blacksmith out. So we should probably take the blacksmith and then the Gellert. And then this so that we can rotate it.
Why don't train on the cone? I hate it.
Okay. So far, not bad. You know what'd be crazy though? Nathaniel. I think it's actually just a mutant. Mutant first. I just need to keep it out of range for offering. That's basically the objective here. So if I just give it like a boost, it should be adequate, right? And then I could focus on coin generation for the next turn. And they hit it. Okay. Well, at least we got a leader charge. Let's say we do this first. So we can seek out a tall punish. That's going to be your second offering. Just makes it that much more important to win the round. They basically did everything. Go wide, please. There we go. I need to take my justice. Hey. I get more value out of this bleed, at least. Yeah, we do this every day. This is 1 for 2, and this is also 1 for 2. But I think I want to bait that tall removal quick. And they lose 5, which actually keeps me ahead.
Let's get this over with.
Until this point. There's your pro. That's a good pro. How much more reach do I have, though? They lose 2. They don't know I have the poison or not. 4, 7, candle, hard spend. It's probably the move. Yeah, I can't stay in this one. Just so many points. At least I have Roach for later. They're not going to be expecting that. Good. Good. Not bad. This goes back. Golden Necker is going to be pulling a Stolen, and I don't have 2 Salamandra, which is really bad. What if I put this back first? There we go. They just get rewarded for it too. Yeah, they get the wide swing and I can't do anything about it. There is no single turn poison. It's probably taking this here, honestly. They keep the rest, but at least, the very least, I get to keep this dead, you know? And they slam trio. It's worth like 30 points. Then they play Leo. Then they play Eskel. They play this. So they're trying to hold the trio. I need to take Golden Necker so that I have what I need. Perfect.
One cannot shut the mouth of learning.
Damage 4 is okay. And poison's good. I think that's okay. So now I have reach on something if they continue. What's nice is they played pro. So if they have Eskel, Eskel can't kill Ciri. It's like a perfect counter. Or they just do that. Here. I take Ciri here because obviously I'm not trying to not player, you know what I mean? There you go. Thank you for the carryover. Appreciate you. I get 4 coins, a poison that we can move. We have an extra one here. And I have an offensive one. And then a bunch of gold cards. I don't know how valuable Xavier's going to be at this point. Even though he's a gold card, right? It's a 50-50 here. Something tells me that if I take a mulligan, I'm getting Furco instead of this. But this would also be a good card to have. What's my poison going to be worth? Probably like 7. I think it's a bad idea. Sorry, buddy, but... Let's start off with Candle, I suppose. Keep it simple. That's probably a unit. Yeah. It's a good value play, actually.
Big fella, easy.
If the ring won't come off, just take the whole finger. Break.
Let's do this whole thing.
Break, lazy shite.
So trio,
Sure, no problem.
and then what? Leo. Trio Leo. I could do 2 for 1. I gotta watch about 6 power removal. Because they could have trial. So I think this is better to do it like that. Trio Leo. And hold the rest here. That's gonna be our poison target. Easy. Let's do... I think we do self-poison first. Let's put some damage out here first. Because 8... If I spend 2, I'm getting 5, 6, 7. So we can spend 2. Poison an ally. Puts it to 8. I can click 1. I don't even think I click yet. Let's put this in. Just click one of these, I think. I'm pretty sure we win this game. Yeah, easy.
Getting any of this? You understand a word I'm saying?
So we go to 8. Click. We dish. This is gonna bring me up too high. Just do it like this. And then 7. Doesn't really matter at this point, it's already 1. But yeah. Next up here we have Uprising. It's probably just another Witcher's matchup, right? So, Furco into honestly doesn't matter because we're going to get everything we need. It's hard to say how valuable Xavier will be in this matchup. I don't think they have any Erendite or anything like that. They might have Oniro. It's probably going back though still. This is kind of awkward to play from hand, but it's fine. Furco something. I think this is going to go back. That's like, what, 2 games in a row we did this? As much as I want to grab the Purify, I think it's going to have to wait. Wow, this is really tough. I don't want to play this. I don't want to play Poison. I could just focus on coin gen first and just do this Poison. And then if they use Crystal Skull here, they don't get the other Witcher. I think I'm okay with that. We sort of baited out a little bit. So they're not running a Secret Service. They cut that from the deck, or it's in their hand. It's not in their hand. The Secret Service at 7 is, I think, too expensive. Everyone else said it was still pretty good, but I'm seeing less and less of it on the ladder, so...
If you're not boss, the windmiller hit you hard.
Hey, I can see Qcento from here.
I feel like the objective here is to just try to survive as far as we can. Let's use this because we can get rid of essentially 5 points. And then I have Justice for the Thin. And we could save Furco even, if we need to. So Erlin comes out, it's fine.
Suffering? Can I come down now? Suffering binds us.
Can't really spend. Yeah, we just do one of these, right?
Get out, you baldy-faced baby.
I don't even think I'm going to spend in here. They want to play, obviously. They're only up by a few. What's nice is that the mutant will contest Keldar fairly well.
No horse, I said. Wanted the exercise,
Okay.
I said.
With the Veil out there, it's really not attractive to play Bastodi. Let's sink a little bit of damage here. We just take this, don't we?
I honestly don't know what you think this is, Vagrant.
And then I just get petty with it. Play out of offering range.
Can't see it get
So think about the amount of points that we avoided by essentially not giving this veil. It's crazy. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the Fisstech.
Call this one the Tekla.
Deals for 8. This gets rid of that. I think I'm still leaving this for now. If we can somehow bleed the trio, I'm feeling pretty good. It's not wide enough for Eskel. Maybe they do Keldar here. No?
How dare you disturb a god at rest, mortal?
If they don't have Heatwave, then Ciri will stick. So it would actually be a pretty good time.
I know.
we do it.
Don't make me laugh.
Yeah, it's looking alright. Then this rounds to 2. So they've played 10 points of carryover plus Erland, so it's a lot in the deck. It's almost too much. Their short round is going to be better than mine. But if I can win here, pass, and then play a long round, I think my long round is better than theirs. But I don't know. The alternative is just trying to bleed the trio, which I think we could get. Especially with Roach in hand, and this in hand, like, it's looking fairly good. Couple poisons here. I'm going to put this back. Wow, it's not really a good hand to bleed, is it? That's not a good hand to bleed. I just take the card advantage, honestly. So I need Gellert so that we can play around Trial. And I need Candle or Blacksmith so that we can play into Pistodi. Damn, if the worst card you have is a Quen, that is crazy work. Nice. Decent. Wow. Okay. I could just do the whole Veil thing, so I don't really need the Cockstein. So I miss Golden Necker, basically. But I pull everything else. I'm not sure how to feel about that. It's all because Roach did not thin out. The fact that I haven't played a gold card at this point, well, I have, but to bring it out of deck is crazy. Okay, let's do one of these. We got to start bright and early. And I'm feeling pretty good about getting the most turns possible with this, so. We're going to have to play everything else on the melee row. That's fine. That's fine. I actually forgot about that, but whatever. Let's not let it happen again. If they have Eskel, I need to bait him out. So Nathaniel is probably the bait.
Who said anything about killing? I thought birds. 3rd degree, but still.
This plays into another offering, so I need to get Candle out first for that. I do like this setup though. If Mutant goes on melee, then these go on ranged, it's all good. They must have a super greedy version where Triss is instead of Oniro or something. Yeah, I think it's Triss, Gwen, and the Kree with a selective, and they call it a day. That's my turn. Okay. I don't have much choice here. It actually has to be this. Do you stack a double offering in pocket though in a round 3? It's a tough one. Maybe. I wouldn't want to necessarily. Maybe in round 1. See? Yeah. We're good.
What's going on about this Mark fella?
Kaldar's coming down soon, I'm sure. So... okay, I gotta start maximizing the potential of this, but we have to give it a turn. Do they kill it? They don't. The amount of carryover they're gonna get is actually terrifying. They could have Eskel or Pro. I'd rather just give 2 extra points to an Eskel than lose to a Pro. That's a 10 point. I wonder what Cohen's coming down at. Probably 8. I could mess that up a little bit.
We'll help one another, and both benefit.
Let's do one of those. I think they cut Keldar for real. So we give 1 point back to them because of this, but we take away an 8, so I'm hoping that it's a good investment. They have 2 10s. It really depends on what it is. So, and if they even have AA into Cohen, normally it's like a 50-50. Half the time, yes. They do. 7, 8. So I was right. And they get rewarded so heavily for this, it's not even funny. I think we can still win. Goes to 6. We have to do same turn poison, which is the tough part. Yeah, we gotta wait. Depending on the situation, though, we can actually win this. It looks not bad. There you have it. So it is pro. We still take care of this, no problem. 6 brings to 8. I'm gonna take this for better management at this point. And then we got room for 2. We're doing very well. Ranged. I gotta play around a Leo so we kill Witchers here, right? So we got that. And then this brings me back to 8. And then still probably this, honestly. I think I'm still waiting. I was gonna go spend crazy on this, but it's not worth it. Yeah, it's just an easy win. And then they're gonna basically leave before I can finish. So we could do one of these. Do one of these. Yeah, you see?